This is a mock interview conducted by ForumIAS Academy at New Delhi. The interview panel includes eminent academicians, retired bureaucrats, and other luminaries. The objective of the program is to acquaint the candidate with the format and expectations of the personality test conducted by UPSC.
May I come in, sir?
Yes, please. Deepanshu.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Please sit down.
Thank you, sir.
Were working with ISRO.
Yes, ma'am.
What made you to shift to civil services?
Ma'am, I want to give two reasons why I want to shift to civil services. Ma'am, the first one I would say diverse areas that civil service provide, such as education, health, urban planning. So we can work in such diverse areas. And secondly, ma'am, with the background that I have, technical background that I have, I want to use my knowledge of technology and scientific knowledge in the field of administration to solve the problem of people and for the better delivery of services.
Okay. Don't you think you would have been a prominent name even if you were in this field?
In the space field?
Yeah.
I could have also been done better there, but I think that according to my potential, I am more suited to administrative
Okay, you
job.
align with civil service.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. What would be the most priority areas for you in Haryana, since you come from Mahendragarh?
Yes, ma'am.
What would be the most priority areas if you become the district administrator?
Ma'am, I think 2 or 3 things that I will prioritize. Ma'am, first one, I would prioritize the value addition in agriculture, which is lacking in the district Mahendergarh.
Like what?
The proper cold storage facilities are not available, and a lot of fruits and vegetables got wastage due to this.
Okay.
And we got the higher prices of fruit and vegetable during the various seasons.
Okay.
Second thing, ma'am, I would try to do to work for the women empowerment, where the child sex ratio is not up to the par. So I will try to work on the field for women empowerment by starting with forming the self-help groups in the rural areas that will help in the empowerment. And then third thing that I will try to improve is providing basic amenities such as the water roads, which are not in the good shape in our district.
Great. Can you tell me certain mathematical models which you can apply while being in the civil services? How will you use your mathematical background?
And mathematics can be used as to model various things, such as, ma'am, I can recall that the traffic modeling can be done by the mathematical model, where we can design the smart lights, smart city lights, where the average time that a vehicle can stay on the street on the light, that can be reduced or be more optimized.
Okay.
And second thing, ma'am, logistics can be designed by the help of mathematical modeling, where we can find out the bottleneck where it is hindering the movement of logistics. So that field we can work upon.
Has there been any such implementation in the country as of now?
And that I have to read about.
Okay. ISRO is going to do a launch on 1st of January. It has been slated. Can you tell me what is the purpose of that launch? What are they going to study there?
I'm not aware about. I have to read about it.
Okay. Badminton and cricket are your hobbies. Why is cricket more commercialized?
The reason why the cricket is more commercialized because the demand is more. The people are more crazy for the cricket at the ground level.
Okay.
First reason is this. Ma'am, second I would cite is the basic facilities that is required for cricket, such as the playground, that is usually available in the rural areas where most of our population reside.
Okay.
So that is the reason for the ground level popularity of cricket. And ma'am, third thing is obvious reason of providing more money to the cricket, such as the IPL, which is happening, which is the hotbed for the money that flows into cricket. So that things I think leads to the commercialization.
Great. What was the latest non-fiction book that you read?
Ma'am, recently I've completed my Experiments with Truth autobiography of
What were
Mahatma
your
Gandhi.
learnings from there?
Ma'am, there is great thing to learn from the life of Mahatma Gandhi. Ma'am, I would say then first I have learned the values of honesty and integrity.
But if you look at the early chapters, Mahatma Gandhi himself admits that he had been off track with
Yes,
respect to honesty and ethics. And we see him also graduating as a personality as we move into the national movement. So don't you think he was also a very normal person, as each one of us would have been at certain junctures? So what else did you grasp from there? Because honesty and all comes at a very
Yes, ma'am.
later stage there.
And that's why the name of the book is My Experiments.
Yeah,
because Mahatma Gandhi was not Mahatma in the early stage.
Yes,
He was
yes.
a normal guy. And so he tries to learn from his mistake. And I can remember one lesson where he has stolen the gold of his brother.
Yes.
Then when he tried to write the letter to his father and take remorse about it, then that thing can help in the imbibing the values of honesty and integrity.
Great. Can you name one settlement which he organized in South Africa? The name of that particular area where he mobilized people against the British Empire there?
Ma'am, I think Natal, Pretoria, Durban, that was the major
Great.
places.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Deepanshu,
Yes, sir.
so you have taken mathematics as your optional subject, right? Can you tell me what is the rate of change of acceleration?
So the rate of change of acceleration is known as jerk.
Okay. So after that, so you have worked with ISRO, right?
Yes, sir.
So what are the different kind of fuel is used in cryogenic engines?
The liquid cryogenic engine uses the liquid oxygen plus liquid hydrogen, which is used as the fuel.
Any other thing used as a fuel in cryogenic engines?
So as per my knowledge, I think liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen is used as fuel.
Read about it. Can you name couple of private sector companies in space technology in India?
So yes, so there are a lot of startups that are coming in private fields, such as Agnikul or the Pixel. One startup is also there, Pixel.
One of the startup.
Skyroot is also there, Skyroot.
Right. So Skyroot has used 3D technology to create its cryogenic engine.
Yes, sir.
Why did they prefer 3D printing technology?
I'm not sure, sir, but I think it is maybe due to the lack of basic facilities that are needed for the integration and the fabrication of launch vehicles. That may be the one reason, but I have to read about it, sir, more.
Okay. So India is aiming to launch a space station, right?
Yes, sir.
What is the significance? I mean, why India is aiming to create its own space station?
So the reason why India want to create a space station in near future is, first reason I would cite is, sir, it will help in the technological development in the India, where we can indigenize the technology required for this setting up. And the second thing, sir, that is most important is it can help in our space diplomacy, where we do not have to rely on the international space station that is dependent on the Western powers. So we can set up our own space station and use it as a tool for in our space diplomacy.
No, but why do we need a space station? That's my question.
Yes, ma'am. So third thing I would cite is the research purposes, where we can do the research at the zero gravity level.
How exactly would it help us? Why do we need research in zero gravity level?
Sir, the first thing I would cite is, sir, it will help in the knowing the origin, that how the universe has evolved or how our solar system has been working. And if we want to launch another spacecraft to another celestial body such as Mars or Moon, we can use this as our station, where we can launch the further launch we can do from this station.
Okay, India landed its Vikram lander on the south pole of the moon. Why India chose South Pole?
So the reason why India has chosen the South Pole is because our Chandrayaan 1 has also sent is the Parker that probe has sent at the South Pole only, and it has confirmed the availability of water there. So to confirm the presence of water, we want to send it to the same place where we have sent it earlier. So that was the one major reason that why we have sent it to the South Pole.
What would we do with the water? Why do we need water? I mean, on the moon.
Sir, if you look at the Earth, we are facing the climate crisis. So if in near future or in after some time, if we want to move away from Earth or want to set up our home at another place, so basic research is required. So that's why we are exploring the other celestial body for the various natural resources as well as water.
Okay, my last question to you. This restless protest. Now, recently, wrestlers have started returning those awards.
Yes, sir.
So then, certain section of society is saying that they should also be returning the award money, right?
Yes, sir.
What's your take on this argument?
Sir, we have to look at the reason of protest, why they are protesting, and not to argue about what they are returning or not. The medal is a symbolic gesture that it represents that they have won it for the country, and it matters more than the money. So that's why the focus is more on the medal, the symbolic part.
Right, Deepanshu? Thank you. Please, sir.
Hello, Deepanshu.
Good afternoon, sir.
Earlier in one of the answers that ma'am asked you, you said women empowerment.
Yes, sir.
If tomorrow, as an administrator, you come across a diktat from a Khap Panchayat that women should be barred from having mobile phones,
Yes, sir.
how would you react? And what would be your course of action?
Sir, my course of action would include, sir, firstly, I will try to talk with the leaders of the Khap Panchayat and try to persuade them to get over their regressive practices. And secondly, sir, if I'm not able to succeed them to persuade, then I will try to take any actions, or I will try to provide the security to the women members and try to take actions to the Khap member if they are indulging in some regressive practices.
But don't you think when you say that you will take action, it will become a law and order issue also? In fact, it is just a social issue. It will become a law and order issue, and it will only, lead to escalation of the situation.
But the situation is also grave because if, as our Prime Minister has said, our mobile phone is now our wallet. So if some order is passing where the restriction has been taking place on the mobile phones, then it is...
Okay. And do you think Khap Panchayats are still relevant in Haryana? Or are they becoming obsolete with time as we are progressing more?
Yes, they are relevant, but by time it is getting obsolete.
And any change in their outlook? Maybe they are also becoming progressive, especially when it comes to women issues?
Yes, sir. Certain Khap Panchayats have become more progressive in nature. Our Chief Minister of Haryana has also partnered and also congratulated some Khap Panchayat where they have taken good work in the field of Beti
Bachao. Are
Bachao.
there any positive aspects also of their existence?
Yes, sir. The Chief Minister has said that some Khap Panchayat members have participated in the successful implementation of Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao scheme. So yes, sir, the government is collaborating with the Khap Panchayat to promote the progressive values in society.
Okay, all right. We discussed about, the sports body issue.
Yes, sir.
What is happening in the wrestling domain. And do you think that sports bodies should actually be under control of political persons who are of, MLAs or MPs or who are politically connected? Shouldn't they be headed by a sports person or someone who has been associated with the sport closely?
Yes, in my opinion, that sports body should be depoliticized and it should be headed by the person who is the more suitable for that job. Because if we look at the international bodies, their requirement is that the controlling body should not be under the control of third party or the political parties or the government. So they need to be managed in such a way that it has certain autonomy in their functioning. So yes, some former sports members should be.
Should anyone holding a political office be debarred from contesting elections?
I'm not aware about the rules, sir, but in my opinion...
No, I'm asking about
yes,
your
sir.
opinion. Should they be disbarred?
Yes, if the person is holding a political post at the government level, so they should be debarred, and independent members should be given opportunity, and particularly those who are related with the sports.
Okay. And another aspect that was, in this whole issue was related to the harassment aspect.
Yes.
Any law that is related to this?
Yes, so the Parliament has passed the POSH Act, which debarred.
And was it being implemented in this case?
I believe, sir, that Supreme Court has passed the guidelines where it has said that.
No, I'm specifically
yes,
about the act.
ICC body is not committed
body,
in
yes.
this case.
It was not
So I think, in my opinion, it was not constituted. But I have to read about it some more.
Then shouldn't the government step in and take a review of this implementation of this act and understand what has been whether ICs have been created or how they are functioning?
Yes, sir. The government should take the action about this, because it needs to be ensured that the law of the land is followed in letter and spirit.
Okay. My last question. You were born on 13th May.
Yes, sir.
Any significance of that? Significance that date holds?
I'm not able to recall apart from my birthday.
The nuclear test happened on that day.
I think 2 days earlier, 11th May.
13th May also.
13th May also. Okay, sir.
Okay. My next question was related to China. There was a report that China is, going to upgrade their arsenal to 1,500 nuclear weapons. That's what they are planning over 2030. Should India review its nuclear doctrine?
Sir, I don't think, sir, India should review its nuclear doctrine, because it had stands the test of the time. And it is in our interest that we follow the policy of no first use. But at the same time, we need to upgrade our nuclear arsenal as well to build the credible deterrent. And if
you think we don't have credible deterrence right now?
No, sir. If China is building more arsenal, then definitely we also need to invest more.
One is enough to act as a deterrent. Don't you think so?
Sorry, sir?
Even one nuclear weapon is enough to act as a deterrent, because the kind of damage it can inflict.
Yes, sir. So that we have to study more about.
What is India's expected arsenal, by the way?
I'm not sure, sir, but I think it is around 150.
Thank you, Deepanshu. That's all from my side.
So, Deepanshu?
Yes,
how
sir.
are you?
Fine, sir.
All right. When is your interview date? That is on 3rd of January.
Yes, sir.
So, you have got barely any time.
Yes, sir.
What time do you go to bed, or what time do you sleep?
I go to bed at 11:30.
11:30. Do you think that's a good idea?
No, sir. I have to reduce, I think, by at least by 1 hour.
All right. Okay. Tell us something about yourself and what is your USP. Why should UPSC select you for the public services?
So the major area of strength and why UPSC should select me is, the first one I would cite is the dedication that I show. I try to give 100% of my energy and my time to a particular cause. And second, sir, I would cite is the curiosity that I have to learn new things. And third thing is always try to find the solution of the problems and try to find the most efficient and most optimized way to solve a particular problem.
Since you are saying that curiosity and you come from Roorkee,
Yes, sir.
tell me anything which you found because of your curiosity while you were studying your B.Tech in Roorkee.
Sir, I try to explore the Roorkee place, the nearby that institute, various institute that Roorkee houses, such as the National Institute of Hydrology.
That's fine. That's very common. Huh? That's
And I also try to look at the other places which are of tourist destination, such as the Rishikesh, Haridwar, or in the mountains. I try to visit those places.
that is because that's maybe the normal interest. Anybody would like to do that.
So I try to get more curiosity in the field of in the research or technology field.
Second, you said about dedication.
Yes, sir.
But from your CV, it appears you worked with the ISRO only for 2 years.
Yes, sir.
Less than 2 years, actually. So where is the dedication? You left that, which is a very prestigious organization and very important organization for India. And India is doing fantastically well in that particular field. But you left that and now you are trying to join civil services, which is nothing but a glorified clerical job.
So it was always like choosing between the best of two. So I got the time to introspect and find that I'm more suited or more inclined towards the civil services job.
All right. Tell me, we are talking a lot about Sanatan Dharma. What exactly is the Sanatan Dharma?
So the Sanatan Dharma denotes the religion that is developed in the Indian subcontinent around 5,000 years back. It is continued from that
5,000
culture.
years back? Do you have any evidence of this so-called Sanatan Dharma in say 1000 BC or 1500 BC?
So that I have to look out it, sir.
So how do you say कि 5,000 years is Purana hai? All right, let's forget about the aging. But can you give me 3 most important or in your opinion, important components or constituents of Sanatana Dharma?
So the first one I would cite is the continuity that it brings. It is continuing from the ancient times. And the second thing, sir, it is...
You have to convince me to adopt Sanatana Dharma.
Yes, sir.
Why should I adopt Sanatana Dharma? You give me 3 reasons.
It is liberal. First one, it is liberal.
It's liberal. If it is liberal, you see, then a lot of people would have adopted Sanatana Dharma. Instead of adopting Hinduism,
Yes, sir.
larger number of people adopted Islam and Christianity. So naturally, people will adopt a religion or a system which is more flexible and liberal. Don't you think because of the casteism, there is so much of rigidity? People were not allowed to travel outside India because they thought the moment you cross an ocean,
Yes, sir.
you will be adharmi.
Yes, sir.
So how do you say it is very liberal?
So the reason why it is more liberal, because it is not adamant to changes. It always try to learn from the best practices and try to bring it into the religion, into the Hinduism religion. So that's why it is more liberal than other religions.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, what is the main reason for the success of space story of India?
Sorry, sir, space story of India.
Why it is so successful?
So the reason why space sector is more successful in India is because, firstly, sir, it has got the necessary push in the after the independence of India, where the visionary leader like Vikram Sarabhai.
Sector ko diya hoga, even whatever is the sector, all sectors were given impetus.
But the father of Indian space science, that is Vikram Sarabhai, he has given that vision to ISRO, that which work it should do and how it should progress further. And after that, generation of leaders has come, such as Satish Dhawan, APJ Abdul Kalam, and various other leaders have come that has given the direction, that has followed the path of Vikram Sarabhai.
Do you think in any independent country, the push has to come from the scientists or from the decision makers? Have you watched this movie called Rocket Boys?
Sorry, sir, I have not watched this web.
You have worked in ISRO and you have not watched Rocket Boys.
So I try to read books about it. That I have read Wings of.
Very simple. All right. Thank you very much, Deepanshu.
Thank you, sir.
How did your interview go with us?
I think it is fine, but I could have done a little bit more better.
Little bit more means what, in which area?
In your questions, like curiosity questions and other Sanatana Dharma questions.
Deepanshu, you are a wonderful candidate. IIT Roorkee and otherwise also 96.2, 10, 8.87. आप केवल वही वर्ड यूज करिए जिसको डिफेंड कर सकते हो.
Okay, sir.
Don't use those words. आपने कहा मानो curiosity. If you are using this word curiosity, then you should know that there will be a lot of supplementary questions. Questions. Then you should be able to demonstrate
Yes, sir.
that yes, you are a very curious kind of a person.
Yes, sir.
So how will you do that? You must have some stories. You could not tell me any good story about it.
Okay.
Similarly, dedication. आप जब कहते हो कि मैं बड़ा डेडिकेटेड आदमी हूँ, तो ऐसा में आप काम कर रहे थे और वहाँ छोड़ दिया, और जो उसके रीजन आपने जो दिए, those are not very convincing, I must tell you. When you say that I want to have bigger opportunity to work for the masses, these are all made up kind of answers. You should look into your heart.
Yes, sir.
What is your heart saying? Why? What are the actual reason to opt for the civil service? You must. It should be simple and it should come from your heart. Conviction झलकना चाहिए.
Yes, sir.
That was not that. आपका 3 तारीख को है. Nothing much can happen. But 3 तारीख तक जो भी आपको एक तो current issues दिखे, उसके depth में जाओ and try to understand those things.
Okay.
Create your own story. Create your own understanding.
Okay.
That's a must. And women empowerment वगैरह जो आपसे पूछा, मैम ने शायद पूछा था कि if you become the district collector,
Yes, ma'am.
तो क्या आपकी प्रायोरिटी होगी? आपने पहले कहा हॉर्टिकल्चर, फिर आपने कहा women empowerment. I thought कि आप इसको दोबारा सोचो खुद.
Okay, sir.
अगर बेटर आंसर क्या हो सकता है. And कुछ और भी सोच सकते हो. I don't know exactly what can be. What was the actual reason? अच्छा आप मुझे ये बताओ.
So the actual reason was I always wanted to become, means I was trying to learn about these things. I always wanted to come to administrative field.
बट वो 2 साल फिर क्यों वेस्ट किए? ISR क्यों ज्वाइन किया फिर?
So, but that during COVID-19 times, I got time to introspect more. During the COVID-19 times, I got time for introspection. Then I tried to, okay, that I will give my full time for the preparation.
पर लेकिन आपने पहला अटेम्प्ट कब दिया था?
21.
और ISR कब ज्वाइन किया आपने?
18.
18 में. All right, okay. Anyway, think about it. Whatever is your honest answer, you must stick to that.
Yes, sir.
All the way. Anything you like? Thank you.
Thank you,
All
sir.
the best.
Thank you, ma'am.